Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is Manifest with Me in March, episode 20. Today is the full moon. Oh my gosh, are you guys excited? We have made it so far on this manifestation journey, and the energy of the full moon is all about letting go and releasing. So I want to make it clear that yes, you can use the full moon energy to do spells or to put out some new manifestations, but when following the moon cycle, the energy of this full moon is more about releasing and letting go. So if you want to set an intention that has to do with releasing something or letting go of something or opening up to accept new energy, you can. If you forgot something that you wanted to manifest, you can kind of throw it out there with this full moon energy. But the energy, once again, is more about releasing and letting go. So I have a couple of rituals that you guys can do today. And ideally, you can put yourself in a place where you're able to see the full moon. If for some reason it is cloudy where you are, or you're not able to see the full moon, that is still okay. The energy is still out there. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your list of intentions and you're going to get a bowl and maybe like a pitcher of water just to be safe. And you're going to go outside, perhaps on your balcony or somewhere where there's like a lot of cement and not a lot of plants around. And you're going to take your paper with intentions on it and you're going to burn it. You're going to get a lighter or a match and you're going to burn it. Once again, you want to be safe. The way that I like to do this is with a big bowl of water, holding my list of intentions over the bowl of water. And if it gets crazy or it gets out of hand and I need to just shove it in the water, that's fine. Also, water is really cleansing, really releasing, and has to do with like emotions. And so it's kind of an added bonus. Another place, if you don't mind burning your intentions inside, is in the sink. So clear out your sink, make sure there's nothing flammable around, and you can burn your intentions in the sink. I do this as well. Or you can just throw your intentions in the fireplace if you have a fireplace, or if you have like a bonfire in your backyard or something. Like the full moon is a great time to do a bonfire, so you can start a bonfire. But once again, we're dealing with fire and I want to make sure you guys are safe, so just take safety precautions. Maybe you can wear some gloves that aren't flammable, or you can tie your hair back, make sure you're not wearing any long sleeves, and please be safe if you're going to use the fire. I luckily have never had any issues or anything catch on fire, or like I've never burnt my hair or clothes or hands or anything lighting my intentions on fire, but I hope you guys will be safe if you're going to do that method. I don't want to scare you, it's fine, but try to be safe. I recommend the sink, and once again, if you have smoke alarms and stuff like that, you might want to disable them for a moment or check for them, or just do it outside. I'm probably going to do it outside on my balcony. My balcony is like made of cement. I'm also going to get a bowl of water and like an extra pitcher of water, and probably have my husband stand closely in case something gets out of hand. Always take precautions when it comes to working with fire. Another thing that you can do is you can delete your vision board. So on Pinterest, if you had a vision board, at this point you probably shouldn't be adding to it anymore. I have a vision board that's for like my entire life, or like I also have one that's for this year of 2019. And so like those are the ones I kind of keep going, but I made a separate vision board that was just for this Manifest with Me in March series, that was just for this moon cycle. And I'm gonna delete that one. So that's another way to just release the energy and let it go, like out of your mind. It's just you surrender it to the universe, let it go. So for some of you guys, this might be hard. You might be like, wow, I spent so much time writing those intentions and I've loved looking at them and being reminded of them every day, and like I'm worried that I'll forget about them or that I won't take action anymore if I delete it. You know, if you need to jot a couple things down on your to-do list so you don't forget before you burn your intentions, great. But you should be able to release them, you know, burn them or delete the vision board. Something else you can do is rip it up. If you're just feeling nervous of fire, you can rip up your intentions and just throw it in the trash, and make sure that you take the trash out. That technically it will go back to the earth that way, so that's a good way to release your intentions to the earth. So I've done that before when I've been in a place where like I've been traveling and I feel like I can't light my intentions on fire and maybe I didn't make a vision board or something, and so I've done that before where I've like ripped up my intentions, and sometimes like I'll pour water on top of them, or like I'll go and like breathe onto them and like throw it in the trash or something. So using recycled paper, biodegradable paper is always great for intentions, just to be safe with the earth. I tend to, since I know I'm going to be destroying it anyways, and I know that I'm going to throw it away or light it on fire, then I'll try to pick biodegradable or like earth-friendly materials that can just go back to the earth safely. So that's just kind of a pointer for being conscious for future intention setting. So I don't know if this will alarm some of you guys, but here's kind of the energy that's behind this. So once again, the full moon is all about releasing and surrendering and letting go. You might be feeling today and over the next couple days sad or tearful. I'm surprised I actually haven't cried yet today. I always find myself crying on the full moon, but that hasn't happened yet, knock on wood. It's okay if it does. But you might cry or be tearful. You might remember something from the past. Maybe you're reminded of something you've really wanted and it hasn't come through yet. You probably might be doubting your intentions, and you might be feeling tired or exhausted. On the flip side, some of you guys might be feeling super energized and really restless. You might not have gotten good sleep. You might not get good sleep tonight. You might feel like, I want to go out and like, let's go out to a restaurant, or let's go out to the bar, or like, let's go to the club, or let's go, let's go travel somewhere. Or like, you might feel like you want to travel or get out or go somewhere, just like you want to get out of your house. And so it's interesting, if you go out on the street, especially if you're like kind of in a busy city, you'll notice everybody is like rushing around. There'll be like a really kind of tense energy. To some of you, the energy might feel exciting and invigorating. To some of you guys, it might feel kind of intense. My gosh, there's this pigeon that just keeps flying by my window because we feed the pigeons and we haven't fed them today, and they're just like, come feed us. So hang on, let's see if I can focus the camera. There we go. Okay, ADHD, you guys, it's real. I'm like, squirrel. So anyways, yeah, going out on the street, you're going to notice people are acting kind of strange. You also might realize that there's some people who are, you know how sometimes on the street you see people who are walking around and like talking to themselves, or like yelling at people, or like just people that you're like, okay, they need some help, or they're not in a good place, or maybe they're on drugs or something. The full moon tends to bring all of those people out, and so those people are going to be on the streets today, and they're going to be screaming and like acting strange, and you might get weird vibes from some people. The full moon tends to really agitate people kind of like that. And so I always find that interesting, that on the my husband and I are always like, oh, the full moon brings everybody out. So if you want to go out, go out. You know, if you want to be around friends, be around friends. The full moon is a great time to get around other people, because sometimes it just helps lift up your energy, or it can just help comfort you, or honestly, it can just be fun. And so, you know, light a bonfire if you can. That's probably one of the best things to do. Anything to do with fire, that fire energy really rules the full moon. It kind of helps balance the water element. If you feel like taking like an Epsom salt bath, that would be really good. Today's a good day to like go to the spa, or go to a salt bath, or make yourself a little salt bath, or spend some extra time in the shower on self-care. Self-care is really good to do with the full moon. I like got up today and like I did my hair and my makeup and put on a nice outfit, and I just really spent time. I put lotion on, and I just kind of exfoliated, and just really spent time honoring myself and my body and my vessel, and taking good care of myself. That's like a ritual I always like to do on the full moon. It always makes me feel like comforted and feel better. So anything that comforts you, anything that makes you feel better, try to be healthy, drink a lot of water. Sometimes with this intense energy, we tend to want to overeat or eat junk food and stuff like that. I mean, go out with your friends, have fun, but just be careful not to binge or eat too much, because this energy does tend to make us ravenous, and so you can end up with a sick stomach, or feeling kind of blah, waking up the next day, and since your energy might already feel wonky or weird or drained, you just want to support your body with health. So if you're gonna go out and drink or something because it's a full moon and you just want to toast with your friends, and make sure you drink a lot of water or have some green juice, and plan to have a healthy breakfast tomorrow, and maybe go to the gym and exercise and sweat it out or something. Just be conscious of your health right now. That's a really good tip for the full moon. Something else is that we tend to worry a lot around the full moon. We tend to really nitpick things in our lives. We tend to start realizing what we're not satisfied with. I kind of woke up with the funk this morning and was feeling kind of first of all, I had the craziest dream last night. So you might have crazy dream. I can't, you guys, the craziest dream. I always have crazy dreams because I have PTSD, but it was insane. So if anybody else is having crazy dreams, it's just part of the full moon. Make sure you have a dream journal and you write down some of the signs and symbols from your dreams so you can look it up. A lot of times you'll get messages or prophecies or just encouragement, or stuff from your subconscious will come up for you to release. Things you forgot about from forever ago will come up for you to release around this time. So anyways, this energy of the full moon, once again, is all about surrendering and releasing. So like I said this morning, I kind of woke up feeling weird and kind of analyzing my life, and I just was overthinking, and I was whoa, wait a minute, this is the full moon, I need to just chill. And I was that's some stuff I can write down on my list of things to release. So that's another thing I'm going to say. Another exercise you can do after you burn your intentions, or you rip them up and throw them away, or you delete your vision board, you can make a list of things you want to release. And I suggest that you can write this on a piece of paper and also burn this. But what I'm probably going to do is I'm just going to make a note in my phone, and then I'm going to delete it. So I'm going to write down anything that's coming up throughout the day, anything that's bothering me, anything I'm just old thought or old memories or old habits that I'm just this isn't serving me anymore. This is a good time to release it. And so I like to just write it down, and I like to actually go outside and look at the full moon and say a prayer. I like to say Dear God, angels, spirit guides, higher self, Holy Spirit, and ancestors, or whatever. You can pray to your deity or to Jesus or whatever, yourself. You don't have to pray. You can just be this is a goal I'm setting, and just say it out loud for yourself. It doesn't matter what beliefs you have, if you have a religion, or you can incorporate that into this process. I want to make this clear that manifesting with the full moon, you can use this as part of your religion or as part of your spiritual practice. Doesn't matter what your beliefs are, where you're from, etc. I hope I made that clear. It's pretty much the point of my channel. But anyways, I like to pray like that, and then I just say I list everything out loud that I want to release, and then at the end I say thank you, amen, and so it is, and then I delete my the note that I wrote with all of the things I want to release. And then go to your recently deleted folder and make sure you delete it from there too. Sometimes your phone will hold stuff for you to delete for 30 days. You want to make sure it's off your phone, it's out of there, or you can burn the thing or rip up the paper, whatever you want to do. So yeah, just to make it clear, you are releasing your intentions, and then you're also thinking of things that you want to let go of. As an example for me, I want to let go of my current sleep habits. I've been staying up super late and getting up really late, and I think it's because I've had a lot of clients, because I speak with people who are all over the world, literally have clients from all over the world. It's awesome. So sometimes I have to make arrangements to speak to people really late at night or really early in the morning, so it throws off my sleep cycle. So I'm going to release an unhealthy sleep cycle, and I'm going to bring in the energy of a more natural sleep cycle. I think something else I'm going to release is winter, because I can feel that spring is coming, and I'm just so excited. I have so many plans for this spring to do photo shoots, to hike and go out in nature, and to travel more and go out into the country and to do horseback riding. And it's just been so hard because I've had to put all of this off because winter, and like this is the first real winter I've ever had because I'm living in a country that's right by Russia, and so it was freezing cold and I was wearing like this like fur, like fake fur like coat all the time, and scarves, and bundling up to go out. And so I'm just excited to like wear a sundress and to like tan and like go to the beach and do all that kind of stuff. And so I'm just releasing winter, and I'm going to welcome in spring. So those are just some ideas of things I'm releasing. I'm probably also going to release some stuff from the past. You guys know I've shared with you that I'm a survivor of abuse. I have PTSD, constantly working through stuff from the past. Been through narcissistic abuse. I know we talk about that on the channel sometimes. I've coached some of you guys through that. So I'm probably going to write down some stuff that's been bothering me about that lately, or just old like thoughts that I have about myself and old belief systems that I have about who I am and like what I'm capable of. Any negative thoughts or thoughts that aren't serving me regarding myself. And as a like from my past, I'm going to be writing some of that down and releasing that as well, to give myself that fresh slate. So that's what's wonderful about the full moon, is it can kind of shake you, it can kind of squeeze you, but it does help you create a completely fresh slate. Like it takes everything away and clears space for you to be able to accept your manifestations. So around this time, you might get some signs and synchronicities that your intentions are coming through, that some of them are coming through. For some people, you will have some of your intentions actually coming through today on the full moon or on the days surrounding it. But I find personally that a lot of my intentions tend to come through on the new moon of the next moon cycle. So if it's the full moon and you're expecting that you get something manifested by now, don't be upset, because first of all, the full moon is all about releasing your expectations. And second of all, you might just look for a sign, like ask for a sign. There could be a message coming through for you about it. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about is releasing timelines. You guys, releasing timelines. I've seen comments from some people in the past and throughout this series who've said like, what am I doing wrong? My manifestation didn't come through. I asked that by this day or by this month that this thing would come through. And I'm like, that is trying to control and predict outcomes. Like, that is called outlining to the universe. Now, there's a difference between manifesting and outlining. Manifesting is stating what you want, being open, and you're free to write, it would be really awesome if this came through in September, but I understand if not. Like, I trust the timing of the universe, but this is kind of my goal, but I won't be disappointed if it doesn't come through then. That's just like around then, maybe it would be cool if I could have this or go to this place or something. It's okay to set an intention like that. It's okay to set goals for yourself and to keep them. But outlining is when you're like, I'm setting an intention that I will meet my twin flame this year, and this is what I want, and this is going to happen, and I'm not going to budge on that, and that's what I want. I want to have twin flame union this year, this month. And then like you work towards it, you follow the manifestation process, but it's like you don't ever release that timeline. You don't ever release that expectation. And so by the end of the year comes and you haven't manifested that, and you're upset and you're like, well, manifestation is bullshit and it doesn't work for me. It's like, is it really bullshit? Does it not work for you? Or is it just that you had a timeline on that, and maybe that's not what is for the greater good in your life? Maybe this is the year you're supposed to like have something come through in your career, or like work on this, and maybe next year, the year after is the year you're supposed to meet your twin. And you know, maybe it's still okay to work through the manifestation process and to ask for something and to take the steps and to be open for it. But at a certain point, letting go of a timeline is so important. You know, you can't always dictate the exact timing something happens, and you can be perfectly in alignment, you can be doing a great job, but it's just not meant to happen at that time. Or sometimes it's not meant to happen. If you're trying to manifest, like, hang on, something's popping up on my phone. If you're trying to manifest like a specific person, like I am manifesting that like me and this specific person get married or end up in a relationship. But let's say that that person's actually a karmic relationship. Maybe that's somebody you're actually supposed to release from your life. Maybe you have a twin flame or a soulmate out there that is way better for you and that is meant to be with you, and like you just haven't met them yet, and you're gonna like them way better than that person. You're gonna have a way closer connection. You're gonna, when you get with them, you'll look back and be like, oh, I totally understand that karmic relationship. I still have feelings for that person, or my heart goes out to them, but I'm so glad I have this soulmate now or this twin flame now. And so sometimes you don't know until looking back in retrospect that person's not supposed to be with you. Looking back, I prayed that I'd end up with certain people, or that we'd be together, or like, some guy in 7th grade or 8th grade or something. And now I'm like, wow, I'm really thankful that prayer wasn't answered. I'm really thankful that that manifestation did not come through, because I'm really glad I'm not with that guy from 7th grade that I was like begging and praying and like wanting to be with. So, sometimes in the moment you can be really hung up on someone or think that someone's it for you, but maybe that's not what's in the cards. Maybe that's not what's written in the stars. Maybe that's not, the best. So sometimes you have to roll with it, Sometimes you end up just having to release that. So that's kind of what I'm talking about when I say releasing, letting go to the full moon, is realizing you set your intentions based off where you're at right now, based off what is placed upon your heart, and you've done your best to take action towards it, and you really want it to happen. But at a certain point, you have to realize that there's also a plan, like you're co-creating with the universe. You have divine will over your life, you have free will, but remember, if you're trying to manifest a person or a situation that has to deal with other people, like they have free will too. And what's best for them also goes into the pot and gets stirred. And so, a good prayer to pray if your situation has to do with a specific person, whether it's love or it's just like purchasing a home or getting an opportunity, a lot of things we try to manifest do have to do with other people. So praying that everything will work out for the best of everyone involved. So praying that everything will work out for the highest good of yourself and everyone who's involved in what you're praying. That's a really great prayer or goal or intention to put out there on the full moon, is to pray that prayer. And that's also part of releasing. So you guys, releasing timelines. If we get to the end of this manifestation process, which I will announce when that happens, we're going to go a couple days into April through the new moon cycle, and your manifestations haven't come through, it does not mean that it didn't work. It doesn't mean that it failed, or, guess it doesn't work for you, or you're the one cursed person in the whole world. No, it doesn't mean that. Like, timing, I asked for something months and months ago, and it recently came through a couple weeks ago. And so, I don't expect my manifestations to come through in a couple weeks. Sometimes it does. It's pretty awesome. It's funny, I manifested a couple things for Manifest With Me in March. 3 days into this moon cycle, like half of my stuff already manifested. I was like, whoa, that was really fast. Cool. Like, what do I do now? And I've heard stories from you guys that some of the stuff you've asked for is already manifested, and that is absolutely awesome. But just know it might be tough for some of you guys. It might just be like you're gonna have to release. That's what this full moon's all about. The last thing I'm gonna say is that if you spent this moon cycle working on something, like trying to manifest like a specific amount of money or something, or a big change like moving to a new place or something, you don't have to ask for that again the next moon cycle. Like, something about this process is just trusting that your prayers and your affirmations have been heard and are being answered, or trusting that you have set this intention and goal and you'll continue to work towards it. Like, trusting in yourself is a huge part of this. And so you don't need to keep asking and asking and asking and like manifesting and writing it down every day and like reading it and obsessing over it. That's what the full moon is about, is just releasing and trusting you've done enough that the intention is out there, that it's been heard, that you don't need to repeat yourself. Like, so that's what this energy is about. It's just releasing, like trusting. You don't need to ask about it. You don't need to look at your vision board anymore. You don't need to look at your list. Like, excuse me. You might still have some action you need to take. You might still be guided to take action over the next 6 months towards like saving money to move to that new house or whatever. Like, that's practical. Like, continue to take the practical and logical steps that you need to take and that you're guided to take to help your manifestations come through. We talked a lot about this past week with the first quarter moon about how taking action is important, and we can't just expect it to happen out of nowhere, even though sometimes manifestations come like that. So, you know, continue to take action, but on the next new moon, do you need to ask for it again if it didn't come through? No, because that puts an energy out that you don't trust. That puts an energy out that you don't believe it happened, or that you don't trust in yourself, or you don't trust that it worked or whatever. So I think we're going to talk more about that tomorrow or maybe the next day about trusting, but that's just something I kind of want to say right now. And I think that you guys are all doing awesome. This full moon is so great. Just trust yourself. It's a good time to make art. Some of you guys might be feeling like I need to call off today because you're like sick or tired. My partner is sick. I'm kind of have been sick the past couple days. So annoying. And so, you know, maybe your immunity, your energy feels down. So just take really good care of your body. Self-care is very important right now. And I think the new moon, or the full moon, I think the full moon is also really fun. I think it's fun because, like, I don't know, it just looks so beautiful and it's so bright, and you feel like anything is possible. And it can be quite intense for people who are empaths. I just like the full moon because I know that it's just a shift, it's just a change, and the mood kind of changes from having to take so much action and hustle to kind of going within. So going within is very important right now, and this full moon is going to last for like a day or two, and so we'll keep talking about this the next couple days on the channel. So do your rituals, you guys. Delete your vision board. Burn your intention list or rip it up, or just if it's a note in your phone, just delete the note in your phone. Figure out if you want to release anything else, or just say a prayer. If you can just gaze at the full moon for a couple minutes this evening, that will be really helpful for you. Moon gazing is really good for your body, and yeah. I'll see you guys later. I hope that this resonates, and I will see you later. Peace out.